SpyTeam 3030. So I'm Kit Boyd, I'm lead designer and team lead. Shirley Shee and Stephen Liu, these guys are our engineers. Our artist couldn't make it today, and our audio guy is in Australia, so this is the whole team so far. Our producer just got a full-time offer from Oracle. So he's going to be doing work there, so we need to find a new producer. So, and then there were three. So as you guys know, we're a pretty small team, but I'm pretty proud of all the work that we've been able to do. It's been a great learning experience. So without further ado, here is the SpyTeam 3030 poster. This is originally what the original concept for SpyTeam 3030 was. It was essentially a card-based PvP mobile strategy game where you had spies battling other spies in certain lanes against an ultimate bad guy. And when we started off, we had some pretty great concept art. Our guy, Dylan Geyer, he's been doing some really amazing silhouette characters designs. This is what we had last time when we showed you. We went from these are the concepts for all the bad guys. Each bad guy is based in a lane. So as you can see in this lane, we've got water, land, and ice. And we wanted to have characters that corresponded to those elemental lanes. So we've got water, ice, and land here. And this is the ultimate bad guy in the background. We've moved on from there. We've got some better concept drawings from our artist. This is the main bad guy for the snow. I think he looks pretty BA. And we're getting some better outlines and drawings for that. He's actually an art student as well. So now that classes are winding down for him, he's going to be turning out a lot of really great character concept work. And also thanks to Gavin, we're getting another 3D character artist on board, which is great. And hopefully we'll be able to see some of these characters in action. Right now, we have some amazing Mixamo characters that we're using as placeholders. And so on the top, you've got the SpyTeam side, and on the bottom, you've got the evil bad guy side. Originally, when we were trying to find assets for to put into the game, we were using a lot of things that we found on TurboSquid. This is originally what we were thinking that the home base, the SpyTeam home base, should be or could be. And then this is what is actually in the game right now. So it's like a very kind of modern house. We've got a helipad with a helicopter, a swimming pool, obviously, and it's kind of like a very modern house. This, on the other side, this is what we wanted the bad guy base to look like. And these were the towers in the middle of the lanes. These are the crystal towers that you have to defeat on your way to the enemy base. And this is basically, it's pretty much the same design. This is the other side of the arena, where we've got towers here, and then we've got some kind of dead trees to make it look evil. Here's some more artwork on what the arena looks like from the home team side of the base. The perspective of the game is much more top-down, but this just looks better. This is also the water lane here, the land lane, and the ice lane over there. We've got a nice volcano there. A lot of our progress has been graphical progress. We do have a demo that we have been frantically putting together over there, but I think we're in a good place where we can show the demo. Originally, this was our old UI. At the bottom of the screen, you have a handful of cards. Each one of these is a different card that you pull and drag into the arena. and that would affect the players in the field. So if you give them the sports car, they get to drive faster and they have a higher attack speed. If you give them a bombing run, it attacks all the enemies at once. Or if you have a surface-to-air missile, it cancels out your enemy's bombing runs. So this was what it looked then. I realized there was an issue with the UI when you are moving it around. So when you selected your card, it would say what it was, and it would tell you how much it would affect your players by health, speed, and attack. But there was no necessary indicators of health, speed, or attack, so we moved that up to the top so that when you selected the card with your finger, your hand was not covering up the actual, this part here. So we moved this up top so that when you select the card, it'll tell you what it is and the effects that it'll have. This is the coming up next. So whenever you have, typically when you have a card battling game and you're drawing cards from a deck, you want to have the coming up next card, like Tetris did it way back in the day. What's coming up next? So we have a preview so that you can kind of strategize what card is coming up next. This we wanted to implement some. What do you call it when you send like a smiley or a frowny to somebody? Emoticons, but there's another game specific. It's not emoji. Emotes. That's what it is. Emo something. So we want to implement that. That's probably going to be next semester, where we implement that. And then this is a floppy drive that I just added for aesthetic purposes because I wanted to give it that good old 80s and 90s feel.
You drop the cards.
Yeah, we were thinking maybe the cards might come out of it or drop into it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we are now implementing win and lose conditions. So we have very 90s, 80s looking UI that we're implementing right now. This is all alpha that will go over the screen. So once you win or lose, what I wanted to happen was if you destroyed your enemy's water tower, then you would get the water light up, but the other ones would not. If you destroyed all the towers, you get all the colors lit up, and then you get the electric bulb. So different parts of UI would light up depending on how well you did. Very similarly to if you play a mobile game, and if you destroy all 3 towers, you get 3 stars. If you destroy 2 towers, you get 2 stars. Very similar to that idea. This is originally what our arena looked like with the UI, and I think we've done a pretty great job of making it look better. We've got our towers in there. We've got our UI in here. This is from one side. This is from the other side's perspective. So if you're a client or a host, very similar to what someone was explaining earlier, we just make one be the host. That's the actual host for networking, and then the other person selects client. And so the camera switches, and you can play within the same circuit. Road ahead, before demo day, we need everything. For mechanics, we are working on better lane mechanics. We are working on having our towers be defeated, because right now they just still exist after you defeat them. And then the same thing for the home base. If your home base is defeated, it just kind of is still there. We have a series of special cards right now that is taking up a little bit more time than we thought. Right now, cards just change certain aspects. Special cards do special things, and I think that needs to take a little bit more time. For characters, we have our T-pose characters doing some running, which is really great. And we actually just fixed our pathfinding, which is awesome. We still don't have a video or website, so I'm probably going to do that over the weekend. So that's Initial demo day. From there, we have a lot to do, but I just wanted to put on a demo and let the engineers talk about their work. So, take it away. Yeah.
Oh, it's just basic build on a very basic Unity networking features. So we initially we thought about ourselves as a central server on cloud. It wasn't cloud servers, but only have one engineer that's me. And I am not officially enrolled, so I don't really have that much time to do that. So we switched to this client server peer-to-peer model. So basically, you need a host and the other player that you want to play with. Join the VM. So our idea for that is to simplify the process to have a matching flow. So you don't need to manually type in an IP address. All you need to do is go to the matching flow and find the room that you want to join, and then you can play from that. So right now we have AI pathfinding and then some auto attack, and we should have some animations. Once we have the character and the related animations, we can synchronize that networking as well, so you can see them attacked. And if you want to play a card, you just need to drag that, place on whichever spot you want to place on, and it will affect. But right now, we don't have a really strong feedback telling you, okay, how many powers you increase, or what's the change, what's the attack speed, or attack power. That's part of the UI job, I guess. And the tower, actually, we have the script, but it's a little bit buggy. It's a bit died. It does not disappear. We might just I forget to put on a destroy game object. Just one line thing. We can fix it pretty soon. And also we need to do we plan to do make the base as a tower as well, and put a really giant house bar to indicate how many house left there, and a counter as well. We want to shorten the game, like I think in 3 minutes, right? So if the game is run out 3 minutes, it depends on how many towers you have to destroy, how many spy you have queued, with different winner and a loser. So there's always a winner. Right now they will just infinite loop right here because they all have the same attack speed, the same attack power, so it's never get to one or the other. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So right now you can see the cards are actually generated randomly. So these two players have different start off cards. Right now the stats of the cards don't really work because previously I was working with this Excel plugin that actually didn't build. So it crashes the game if I want to build the game. So I removed it, and I'm probably going to implement some JSON parsing for reading the data of the cards. But right now, the cards are just high. But they work. So if I put the card on Spy, why isn't the version?
Well, you use the shotgun one. Maybe that will change.
This one?
Yeah.
Just try to drop on top. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, so it's interesting.
Okay, so what you should do is when you use the card, you drop it on top of the, for example, that one, you drop on top of the spy, and the spy will be, the card will affect that spy. If the card is affect the entire line, all you need to do is drop the card onto the line. And for the card that have one time effect, all you need to do is just use it anywhere you want. But it seems there might be some bug.
But yeah, that's our demo.
I would guess the bug is that the number I put are all 250, which makes the number too big to appear in the UI.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Any questions?
You're releasing this on a mobile device? Is that
Yes.
the plan?
Yeah, on demo, we're just gonna have it on local machines. My buddy, who is a certified Apple developer, he's gonna help implement that onto test pilot. We'll get it onto.
Are you gonna be, are people gonna be able to download it at your demo on the App Store, even if it doesn't really, it's like the beta download?
We might have some, I think for the May demo day, we'll have our own phones with the demo on there. It might be a challenge to get people to download it themselves without proper authorization, so.
Is there any plans to have persistency and user accounts so that players can retain collections of cards, rare cards, etc.?
That is something that was originally in our game plan. Right now, we are just focusing on core gameplay. You know, having the ability to build your own deck is a really, really cool idea that we can implement, but we really just want to make sure that we're going to give everybody the same cards, and we want to make it fun first before we get to making it more fun. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.